Here we go. Okay, so let me start with the speaker view here so we can have full screen.
Stop showing in the back.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so this evening, folks, is really what Tammy and I want to do here is kind of walk you through the process of how we prepare, for any kind of promotions online. And I have to admit that the title or subject title on the training this evening is a little bit misleading. I want to go a little deeper in what the titles say. It's not just about, how to prepare to promote for an event today, but it's more how to promote an event utilizing social media today. And it's not complicated. Many of you have seen some of the things that we're going to walk you through. But just so I just want to walk you through from the beginning to the end on how I prepare. And many of you will recognize some of the posts and flyers that are being posted in the different respective private groups and private message, Facebook Messenger, and so forth. And I think that Tammy and I were thinking is, you know what, that should really be duplicated. The team should really be aware of this. Most of you probably are aware of it. Maybe you're just not doing it yet. But I thought if we do a recording on that, at least you can come back to it and kind of reproduce the steps that we have done to prepare for whatever event that we're planning to do. As we know today, everything is online. Even with post-COVID and so forth in 2022, 23, 24, people have tasted the benefits of working from home and the cut in costs in traveling and all of these things, and still being very effective because people now are used to train online, are used to view trainings online. I mean, some of you have stated, I've stand in front of a monitor for 24 hours, pretty much, if you know what I mean, 12 hours a day following training. So people are kind of groomed into it. So I think the future is definitely in line with what we're about to share here this evening. Any other thoughts, Tammy, before we continue?
I'll let you go on your thought and then I'll add.
Okay, so I'm going to be...
Actually, Chris, I want to ask a question.
Okay.
Because for those of you who are on the Zoom session right now and we can see you, who is leveraging social media right now for promoting whatever platform? Who's leveraging the social media platform?
Use the also use the reaction, like raise your hand or thumbs up, or just to get used to. Sometimes it's easier to see.
Okay, thumbs up if you're leveraging. Thumbs up.
Perfect.
Okay,
we're getting you to practice.
Of who's tapping into the social media platform. Okay.
Okay, and what we're sharing with you here. I mean, listen, I'm not. I'm from the 80s building this business. So for me, everything that I need to do is YouTube. YouTube how to and how to do this and how to do that. And sometimes people say, how do you figure all this out? Honestly, I just listen to young people doing it on YouTube. It's really that simple. That's how I did my Facebook ads and everything else. And I'll share with you a little bit of what we're working on, but I don't want to make this complicated. I just want to give you an idea on, how Tammy are evolving and learning and kind of transforming ourselves and utilizing these tools. So let's begin with how I begin when I prepare for promoting any kind of event. So I'm going to be going back and forth. Oh, also, I wanted to mention, if in the event that you are on Facebook Live, we love your comments. Do feel free to post your comments. Let us know if you're doing well, if you have any questions. Obviously, I won't answer them in real time, but as we go back, I will go back and listen to them. View them and respond to them. Okay, so let me go back and let me share my screen. And let me put that aside. Okay. So the very first thing I do is I use a site that many of you are familiar with, that Tammy, I will give her an opportunity to share the link where the training may be. But if you go to www.canva, okay? So let me just go with a full screen here. This is my Canva account. In fact, it's Tammy's account, and I happen to be a member or an extension of her account, and I have my own stuff. And what happens is all my designs, for example, you probably recognize over here. Okay, these are 40 of the last recent design. And give you an example. I'm not going to get into the details of how to use Canva. And Tammy, while I'm doing this discussion here, if you have the link, the YouTube link of where this training is sitting, we can post it in this in the message portion. So you can see here all the way up to, every Mondays that started this, that was June 15th, 2020. So you can see on and on and on. And what I do is every time I do an event, for example, for this evening, let me go all the way to the bottom. This is the one I just did recently. So for example, next week, what I do, I simply duplicate the message and, so I don't have to retype. So it's the same thing. And I will change the content. I will change the date. I will change the title, right? And I can do whatever I want here. And I will, add different pictures or different things that I want. And once I'm done, all I do, let me just get rid of that for now. Let me go back to this one. And once it's created, I'm happy with the content. And again, I'm not going to get to the details on how did I get there. Tammy did a training, I believe, with Sylvie a few months back or so. But then you just go in and you simply download the file. And in this case, I want the PNG, or you can use the JPEG. Okay, I use PNG simply because it has a higher resolution and so forth. But so the difference, the JPEG, JPG, it compresses the file smaller. You will realize that when you use PNG, the file is bigger and larger than a JPEG. Okay, so JPEGs are better in compressing, but I find that PNG has higher resolution. Okay, so from there, once I select the format that I want, then I select download. Now I don't want to download 40 pictures, so I go all the way to the bottom. I select the number 40 in this case. I click done and say download. Okay, and then from there you can see on the bottom of my screen here, the software will actually prepare the file and it's available. Okay, once it's done, then let me just shift over here. It's sitting in my download directory, and here it is. Okay, if there's no fault or typos, or I'm very good at this stuff, making mistakes, often I need to go back and fix them, right? But this would be it. And as you see this evening, what I do is this would be what I'm going to share. So for example, before I start my webinar, let me go back here with a full, okay, like this. And then I start my webinar, we go ahead and it says, okay, share the screen. And bada boom, bada bing, here we are, right? So this is the flyer. So this is kind of how I prepare to have the content. So these are things that, let me go back to share my screen, excuse me. Okay. Okay, let me go back to sharing my screen again. Okay. So this is using Canva. Okay, so this is pretty straightforward. And Tammy, on the chat portion, did you put where you can actually find this training? Oh yeah, you have it right there. Okay.
Yeah, my GoPro is acting up here, so I'm turning it off.
Yeah, just use your, well, I think it's the software update that we need to do on your computer, because I'm using the same thing, Tammy, here, but I just updated my operating system. So just use your computer monitor. Okay, so I suggest you go and view this training, and Sylvie and Tammy did a great training on how to utilize Canva and at least have the initial startup on how to create your flyer. So this is something that's really, really awesome. I'll give you another little example. For example, notice here, there's no background. It's as simple when you pick an image. For example, let's just say, let me just move this around. I just want to share that with you to show you how effective this can be. Let's just say I want to use, let's see here. Here, let me use this one over here. Okay, he's a sharp looking guy, right? Let's say I wanted to use his picture. So let me just write this down so there's the writing's not over it. And then you can easily just show how effective that is. You can remove the background as simple as one click, right? And it does all the work for you. You wait a couple seconds, and obviously there's a lot of work here, and eventually it's going to come up, and here we are. See how simple it is? So it's absolutely perfect. And when you do pictures, it kind of feel it's part of the image. It's like 3D. It looks really, really good. So I just kind of wanted to share that with you. Okay, so let me get out of that.
If I can just say one thing, Chris.
Yes.
What Chris just did with the effect and removing the background, that is not part of the free Canva. You have to have a pro account to be able to leverage that certain feature. Canva 101 training, Sylvie Cosette and I did that on the Strong Max Women session. I think it was back in April. You can go back and reference that. I put it in the chat, so copy the link so you have it, or you can go to activeteamgroup.com under the Strong Max Women video trainings, and it's the second, the first, last month's is there, and then I think it's a month of April. The training is there. So go back and reference that, and you'll see what is available for free for Canva and some of the paid Canva stuff.
Now, Tammy, I just wanted to let you know that if you click on video and you click the little arrow pointing up, just select FaceTime HD camera, and then we'll be able to see you again. Okay.
I did, and it wasn't allowing me to do it.
Okay, so let's move on then. Okay, so from there, let's go back and sharing the screen again. Okay, so the next thing that I want to share with you here. So once I have my flyer, then I want to create an event. And this is something that you guys can really utilize. Now, let me start a new session. And then I'm going to jump into Facebook. Okay. So once I'm on Facebook, there's a lot of things I create. I have pages. And in my case, I have, for example, active team group. There's Freedom Formula. There's Chris and Tammy. There's Bill Security. But this generally it's active team group. And this is the page that I maintain. And whenever there is an event, this is where I create them. And this page is really just for events, promotions, anything that has to do with our business. Okay, everything that we do is over here. So what I do in this case, for example, every Thursday evening, we have our Max virtual presentation, MVP, opportunity meeting. So when you go under events, and I'll give you the explanation of how you would go about it. I'm just showing you what I'm doing right now. So in this case, I have all the past presentations that were over here, at least the last 3 over here. This is the one that's coming this coming Thursday. Okay. But it's really as simple as creating a new event. And then from there, you can simply, let's see here. Edit page, more, boost. Let me go back to event. Usually I kind of duplicate the same thing. Oh, here we go. Create new event. It would be this link over here, right? So when you click on that, then you kind of mention, which the event's going to be all about and everything else. So I'm just going to say online, general, blah, blah, blah. It's free. Okay, here we are. Okay. And all the details are going to be filled on the left-hand side over here. So the name of the event. Okay. And then from there, the date of the event, let's say we're talking about Wednesday at 9 p.m. and the date will end on the Wednesday and let's say at 9:30, right? Location, usually I don't really bother with that because it's everything is online, it's public, the description, the category. Okay, so just to avoid recreating all of that, I'm just going to leave the page. Usually what I do is I take one of the past events, right? And that will skip the process a little bit. And then from there, I would duplicate this event. Okay. So in this case, it keeps everything that I've done before. And then I would, again, it remembers the title, the external link is because I use the webinar. So I want people to click on the active team webinar. So that's what it is. Facebook likes to keep everything within the environment of Facebook, but from time to time, it doesn't apply. And we want people to go to the Zoom link, right? So that's exactly where this will take them. And again, location, it's ignored, June 8th, 8 o'clock. And at 8:30, it's when the presentation ends. That's the name of the event, the Max Virtual Presentation, MVP, Opportunity Meeting. And then from there, I'm going to be stating that it's hosted by Bronze Associate Linda Coffin, Silver Associate Paul Gagnon, and Bronze Associate Sylvie Cossette. And again, I put the link of the webinar again to attend. And then what it is that would be one of the Canva images that I would have created. Okay, it's just another one. And I would simply bring it over here. Okay, it's really that simple. So for example, if I click, I get rid of it, I can upload another one, right? And then you select whatever it is that you want to bring in, and that's it. Okay. And obviously these are not paid events and everything else. And then you create it. Okay. For this case, I'm not going to create it because it just creates confusion, but you can actually leave page. You can actually see, let me go back to events. You can actually see that this is exactly the upcoming event. And here's what's really important is that share button. Okay. That share button, you can also see that on your cell phone. Okay. And when you share, that's when you can share to another page or to a group. So you probably have noticed often, if you happen to be on a Max Global Diamond, that it will be shared over here. I can put a little message here and all the details are there, and I just click post. That's it. As simple as that. If I wanted to go on a page, not a problem. If, for example, I'd like to, so let me go back to this event over here, and I would like to, okay, let's see here. So, and also on the cell phone, there's different little options that offers where you can cut and paste a link, and then you can put it into a Facebook message. And this is what's really important here, folks, is you got to let people know, because your environment, your Facebook environment, these are your people. These are the people that knows you. And when you post something on your environment, they won't see something that I'm posting because we're not friends. Unless we're happy to be friends with the people that you're friends with, yes, they may see it. But if I'm not friends with the people that you are friends with, they won't see it. So you're very limited your reach. And some of you did, like last week, it was a phenomenal presentation, absolutely fantastic. And it's my recommendation, knowing that you are hosting that evening, I would promote that event in my environment, invite people to come in. There's people on your page that they follow you and you don't even know they follow you. They check what you're up to. And then suddenly you happen to be doing a presentation. They know you. They may just show up because you're there. And this is something that's really important. There's something else that I want to talk about when it comes to promoting. And if there's any comments or question, I'm paying attention. And by the way, Scott, I know that Tammy mentioned that on Aweber, you have access to Canva. You probably have some limited access, but I'm going to check that, because obviously I also have Aweber, and but I also have the full account. But I'm not sure if all the functionality will be there, but it's good to know. Okay, so Bill, Chris, it's free because it's a business. I guess you're talking about the reference of Aweber, I get. Okay, feel free to comment if I need some clarity there. Okay, but here's what's important. Once you see the promotion, so let's go on. Let's go to Max Global Diamond. So let me just go back there, and let's go to Max Global Diamond. And let's see what we have here. Here's the webinar that we're doing here in real time. There's 2 viewers right now. Welcome. Okay, here we go. And let's see here. Let's see. What did I promote recently? It should be here somewhere. What's this? Okay, that was the promotion. Okay, here we go. So here's the presentation that is happening on Thursday. And what's really important here is that you comment. This is your business. This is your team. These are your team members. And it's very important. You may not think that it matters, but I would suggest to comment on it and put a like on it. And what happens is that once you collaborate with a post in that group, others may collaborate with you. And it increases the presence of this particular event. And it's really interesting on how much attention you can get. And right now it is so quiet. And that's what we need to, this is what the purpose of the call this evening is. We need to be a little bit more involved in our own activities. And it's simply because you may not be aware of the importance of being physically active with these actual posts. Maybe because you never go there. For example, let's go to another one here. Let's go to Max Canada USA. Okay. There's a little lock because it's a private group for the group that are in here. Okay. For example, we posted this event tonight. We have 2 likes. We have posted this event here. We have 4 likes, right? So this is a group right now that we have probably about 139 members, and we have 3 or 4 people that comment and seen by 11. So what's important is for you to be involved, because the more involved you are in these posts and these activities, the more activities will come around the post, and more reach you will have. For example, you click interested. Okay, you click on that, and what happens is that on that event you will be seen. You can see here, okay, that it's available. I'm part of it. I'm interested, and it just creates more attention. Very important. Here's another one, which I want to get into right now. Do I have any questions? I mean, it's pretty straightforward, but if there's any questions or comment there, please do let me know. Okay, otherwise I'll just continue. So these groups are designed to create collaboration, to recognize the achievement of your team members. I know that you have your respective WhatsApp group, but your WhatsApp group are isolated. Just you and your team sees it, and that's it. And if your team is not active, then it's dead. There's nothing going on. There's nobody that sees anything at all on all the work that you're doing. But if you turn around and you go into areas where there's more people, and all of you collaborate with posts that you're each posting, and trust me, if you post something, I'll be the first one to click like, and I may comment depending on the situation and depending on your message. But what's happening here is that it creates attention on you. And then you open the gateway to the world instead of being closed in into that little group that nobody else will see other than the people in a group that may choose to respond. And that's what's so important. That's the reason why I transferred from WhatsApp to Facebook, because WhatsApp, it's too condensed and it's too limited. Now, if it's a great environment to support your team, to support the activities within your organization, it's wonderful. But if you want to become a millionaire in this kind of business, you got to go out there. You got to spread your wings, and you got to look at the sky, and you got to reach out. If you stay in a tiny little box, nobody knows you, nobody sees you, nobody's known you exist. And this is kind of the purpose of this call, is to start promoting for events. So for example, let's continue on creating different groups. Okay, so we just talked about the different groups. And again, folks, you don't have to use these groups, and you don't have to promote in these groups. It's really entirely up to you. But the reason I'm saying, for example, here, there's 4,400 people. So even though they may not all see what's going on, because there's a lot of people in there that, may not care what's happening. But at the end of the day, people will recognize who you are, that you even exist. And then from there, people may start commenting, and people on your page may recognize what some people are saying about your presentation and what you have done. Okay. For example, here's a gentleman that in Ghana that is sponsored by Tammy and I. It's a new leader that's been there from day one, actually, but he's merged. He just hit his diamond. We promoted it, and there's 198 likes. There's 94 comments, 13 shares. You see what's happening? So it's creating some attention, and this is what I want to do. So I want to help you do that. But you can have your own groups. But if your own group, it's only you and 2 people, then you got 3, which is awesome. And that's what you want to do. You want to build on that. But to be able to build your groups, you need to rub shoulders with other groups that have more activities to attract people. But then again, you don't want to attract other Max associate. You want to attract new prospect, new people, right? But until you got a group that is productive in a sense that there's people coming in, they're contributing, they're posting, they're sharing, there's things going on, then I really suggest to participate in different groups that are actually have some activities. And a Max Global Diamond, it's really all about Max. And if you, let's say, have done something, you post something, you want to share a message, and the moment you post it, I just want to let you know, I do need to accept it because I get a lot of posts from all sort of different ideas and messages and deals. And so I do have to screen that. So I don't accept anything. If it's not about Max, or if it's not about you personally, part of Max, then of course I won't accept it. But if it's anything to do about you, your Max business, and your activities around your Max business, even on a personal level, knowing that you're a Max associate, absolutely, it's going to go right through. And then you may be surprised on how many comments you may have. Okay. So here's something, Maripol, you posted. I thought it was absolutely fantastic, right? I mean, you see the pain and you see the struggle. And I know people turn around, they don't see that. All they see, you got the trophy, you got the money, you got the prize. And it was so easy. How did you're lucky. That's the society that we live in. They don't see, So I thought it was a wonderful message, right? We have 12 people that liked it. And again, over time, it may grow, right? So over here, if I may give you a call to action right now, folks, is when you go to this event, okay, post a comment, right? So you go into the discussion and add a post or add a comment. Like, I'm looking forward to hear Anastasia and Mireille sharing their opportunity, right? Mireille is actually closing the meeting and doing all of these, and she did phenomenal last time she did. And Anastasia does a great presentation. She does great with the products, right? I'm certainly going to do my best to keep up with those ladies. So the fact here is that you can, and just have fun with it, right? So, and then share it, share on your page, share it in the different groups. You can turn around and copy the link and post it into different messages. Invite people. They're great presentation. They're wonderful presentation. And trust me, if I didn't think so, I wouldn't say it. Now, here's something else I'd like to focus on. Now, I'm going to focus on the blog that Max has. Now, this is something that a lot of you, not just you, just the general public, I should say, doesn't really focus on that much. But Max sends emails regularly, and they do their best in letting people know what's going on. But did you know that in North America, we're having conference calls, and they're going to be introducing some new tools, exciting new tools. So what happens here is when you click on that, okay, it will take you to that particular post message, and then you can read all about it. And I suggest that you register. If you have not registered, register. Don't wait till the last minute, on the last day, on the last hour of the day to say, oh, I've done it. Do it now. Do it now and teach your team to do it now. Okay. And then from there, you notice here these social media posts or links, So you can email it to someone. These are LinkedIn, that's Pinterest, that's Twitter, this is WhatsApp. And then Facebook. Okay. You go on Facebook. I'm not going to redo it because I've done this already. But here's another call to action I would love for you guys to do. Go to the blog.max.com, click on this link, and start saying, hey, I am looking, oh God, all uppercase. Just let me fix that. I am looking forward to this event. Okay, that's it. Right? Now you can choose to post it wherever you want. Now I've already posted it, so it's going to be maybe a bit of an overkill if I do it. But in this case, you can put it on a friend's timeline or whatever. Okay. You can put it on the page that you manage. Again, I've already done it, so I don't want to do it again. It'll be too much. And then from there, all you do is you just click post. That's it. That's all.
I always like to create a call to action. So you can put after that, I'm really looking forward to the event. Hey, who's coming? And then get some engagement going on. And people who are following you will be like seeing other people that are going. They'll be curious. Some of them might even private message you. What's this about? Or, you're just creating curiosity that could lead to conversation, that could lead to somebody wanting to check it out and see what we're up to. So, like Chris said, people are always looking at you and seeing what you're putting out there. So, I know me personally, I have to work harder on doing this. I tend to get so busy doing so many other things. I don't know if any of you noticed, but some of the Success Cycle series have already been updated and posted on the Active Team site. We'll really broadcast it once the whole series is finished. I'm almost finished the follow-up PowerPoint, and I'm halfway through the third-party validation. So that whole series will be ready to go in English, and Lucy's at the back end through Canva that is now looking at this to convert into French as well. So behind the scenes, we do a lot of work. So once that's done, I know my goal personally is to really get myself out there on social media a whole lot more, even LinkedIn platform as well. So yeah, to really get us promoting, engaging people, all the things that we're learning right now through the Eric Warre, that's going to help us tremendously.
Is there any questions or comments on anything at all? You can mute and unmute yourselves. And if not, that's totally fine. I just want to give an opportunity for anyone that may have some questions, even if it's not directly related to the topic of this evening. I know that Scott, you've mentioned that Jean-Patrick had some questions. Feel free to unmute yourself and go ahead and ask. Or if you feel free to, you feel more comfortable putting on in a chat, that's totally fine. I just give it a second here. Okay, so here's something else that, and again, just feel free to post it on the chat if you want to, get some attention on what's going on your end. Here's something that I'm working on right now. Now, for some of you, it's not for the faint of heart, but I know some of you understands this stuff, and I'm just going to throw it out there. I know there's Kajabi. There is, what's the other one, Tammy? There's another one there.
Thinkific.
Thinkific. I think it's Canadian. I think Thinkific, and I use. There's also ClickFunnels that you can use. I use Wix, and the reason why. Oops, sorry. Let me start this again. Okay, I like Wix simply because it's very cost effective. I think Janet is using Wix, and I think there's a free version. There's some limitation, of course, but this is the Active Team website, just so you know. Okay, so what happens here is the way that the site was created, just so you know, was designed with this. And I just went on YouTube, how to use Wix, and it was that simple. But then I wanted this a little bit more sophisticated. I didn't have a lot of time. So I asked to hire a partner, and I hired someone. It cost me $300, and he did a lot of the legwork to be able to get the things that I wanted to have. But to be honest with you, whatever he did has completely disappeared and been transformed. And then I added this form over here. I added the Google element to be able to, I can see people, no, I wouldn't see people. I can see where people come from. Every time someone happens to be anywhere in the world going on Active Team, I know there's someone in Ghana, there's someone in Nigeria. Every day I got 10 to 15 to 20 different notification that, oh, I've got someone today. I had someone from Russia. And saying, oh, I hope I'm not going to get, I'm just kidding. So what's happening here is, you see, and it's really straightforward. And every time someone register, it gets into my database. All my emails are here. It's really straightforward. And also what I created just recently, I created, and I know this may be a little bit advanced for some of you. Don't worry. You can always come back to this later. I created a site. And it's a funnel that I'm created, which is it's a page that people land after a promotion, right? It's a landing page. Okay, so from there I just created that, and let me give you an example of what this looks like in online. So this is the online version, and this is the way you would look at it, and that's why I got rid of the app, because I felt it was a bit redundant. But this is what it would look on a cell phone. It's really straightforward. Okay, so let me go back to the desktop. Okay. And for example, the moment someone gets here, actually, let me just go back here and let me go right to the website because there's some function that won't show. Let me start a new session here. Let me go full screen. Okay, let me break this down. And I call it active team. Welcome. Okay. Now, again, it's just an example here, but Tammy and I are working on videos and video ads, and we're going to be sharing everything we know. But for now, we're still children learning and evolving. And we just bought a microphone with a Canon microphone to be able to record ourselves. And one of the things that Tammy and I want to do is share with you our what do you call it, Tammy? Our bloopers.
Oh my God, it was so funny today. We have to have a bloopers video for you guys.
Oh, you guys
A lot
are
of people
gonna laugh your head off on the things that happens when Tammy and I start recording. And I said, we can record these segments, and I bet you guys would have a heck of a time watching all of that. I think it's embarrassing, but you know what? It'll be fun.
It's so funny.
But
Oh,
here's
we
what
were
happens.
laughing so hard today when we were watching us.
So here's what happens. Once they see that 2, 3, 4 minute video and they click the link to be able to get more information, then they just turn around, they put their email and they submit. And the moment they do that, I get notified and everything else. These Wix is phenomenal and very, very cost effective. And you can even build a website. And Janet, if you don't mind, I may ask you to share your experience using website, because I know you have a good little website going. And here's another thing that is free. You can actually book a call. So for example, this will bring you to this, and just keep note that once hub, it's free. I'm not paying for this. And these are the times that I'm available. For example, they're available on Thursday. Well, Thursday, I'm not available after 4. But let's say they want to book at 1 o'clock. Okay. They would click the 1 p.m. Okay. And then I would go continue. And it would put the name of the person. So let's just put my name, my email, whatever, phone number, whatever. Okay, this one here. Okay, it's fine. And then you click done. Okay. And what's happening is it's actually going to go in my calendar automatically. It connects with my Google Calendar and it's all there. And I'll show you in a minute. But what's happening here is if that was you, you would actually receive an email confirming the appointment. So if I go back to my email, and these are some of the things I'm going to share with you as we get more involved, but I just want you to know what we are working on. And I know some of you are on Facebook Live watching that maybe tomorrow. So here you are. Okay. So that I'm the guests, the appointment is booked. Okay. Because I'm not using a version that I'm paying for, then obviously they have their little branding here. I don't really care. And it's going to turn around. And this is the link for them to connect on my Zoom. Okay. It's that simple. They can cancel, they can reschedule. It's a really brilliant system. I can add it to my calendar. So this is what you would receive as a guest. Okay. And this obviously is my copy, because I'm also happens to be the host, the person. I'm playing both roles in this case, you know what I'm talking about. So this is the link that I would letting me know. Now, if I go to my calendar, let me get my calendar over here. If I'm going too fast here, folks, don't worry. It is recorded. You can always go back. Okay, and I think I said tomorrow 1 o'clock. So let me move this again. Let's go week. So tomorrow's the 8th. Okay. And let's see here. Okay, week, month, week, day. Just a sec. My computer's a little slow. Okay, so let me go back to the next day. Okay, that's the 8th. There we go. There we go. You see, it actually went and populated it in my Google Calendar, which I connected my personal calendar to my Google Calendar, and the information is right here. Okay, so June 8th, 1:30 p.m. And here's a goal, associate politics. Okay, so what am I talking about? What's going on over here? Crown Diamond. Am I looking? Hold on here. me just go back to my calendar. Go to my Google Chrome. Okay. And let me go to my calendar. Here we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I cannot do it.
Okay. You see what's happening here? What's in red? This is what was booked. Okay. So I happen to be the guest in this particular case. And here it is. The information is right there. And this synchronizes with my own calendar on iCal. And then the reason why I didn't see it, I just have to confirm the details. And by the way, if you're not muted and you happen to be on this call, let me see who it is here.
You're a serial killer.
No. It's
Okay.
like you're alive.
Ronald.
How long has he?
Okay, here we go. It was Ronald. Okay, no worries. So from there, just so you know, is the moment you book it, it asks you, to connect with your Google Calendar. And this is exactly what I did here. And this is the appointment that I just booked in. I just happened to also synchronizing my Google Calendar to my iCal. These are things that you don't need to know. It's over the top. I just wanted you to know that we're working on a system that is really, really simplifying the process of our recruiting activities. And these are things that we're going to be teaching from step by step. And I'm not saying that it's going to be information I'm going to teach to everybody, but those of you that are willing and want to learn it, that's not a problem. At this point, we're not ready to teach it. Just want to give you an idea of what we're working on. But what's going on is that we have this landing page that we're working on, and this is what it is. Okay. And we're really starting to convert ourselves from the world of the 80s of meeting people to hotels and one-on-ones to doing presentation, utilizing social media, online presentation, and some really good stuff coming. So, but I wanted you to at least be aware of this site called Wix.com. Just kind of register for it, play with it, go to YouTube. And if you go to YouTube, and let's give you an example here. And once you're there is how to use Wix. Okay. And then from there, here you are. You got tons and tons of stuff. And this guy's, that's 249,000 views. That's probably a good place to look at, to look. Tutorial for beginners. Okay. So these are great, great tools that you can utilize to learn. And this is exactly what I did as I started the process. But really tonight, the goal here is what's important is we need to take an active role in really utilizing social media. And one of the things that's very important, let me share my screen again. So let's go back to Facebook. Okay, this is our Facebook Live over here. Let me go back. Okay. Now, one of the things that you will notice is if I go to my personal page, I promoted this one because I am in Max. I'm not shy to share it. Okay. But I don't want to overwhelm my, my closer friends to too much business. That was Tammy's birthday. There were some other things that came in on the personal level. That was an event that happened 5 years ago while we were, I believe, in Ghana. This is when we came back from, I really need to have an eyebrows cut down, Tammy. I need to fix this. Right. So, but the thing is that I share, a little bit of information here that's people have been sharing a few things, but I try to keep that more on a personal. This is when we had our class with Eric Worry on the 2 days of the social media training. And that's why there's a bit more stuff here like that, because normally I don't put that much picture of myself. But you see that's happening here is that was my mom's birthday. Look how pretty she was when she was a young lady, right? Absolutely gorgeous, beautiful mummy. And then from there, so I try to keep that more on a personal level. Okay. That's one thing. Now, here's another thing that I want to kind of refocused again is as I go and I start promoting my business, then I'll end up and my personal page. And you don't have to create a page. I do because we have a large team. We have constant information. The freedom formula that we created a while back, build security, was when I started my initial prospecting and I didn't know what I was doing. It's still there. I haven't posted anything there in several years. Actually, September 2020, I posted something here. That was March 22nd. You can tell I don't post much here. Okay.
That was when anesthesia went gold.
Yes. That was beautiful. So from there, okay, so these are my page, the page that we support, okay, that we support. Now, there's also groups, okay, and this is the Max Global Diamond. This is open to the public, okay. Max Canada USA, this is private. I have a Ghana leadership, a Nigerian leadership, this is private. And there's another group that's starting over here. That's the Ghana leadership. There's different things, right? And so the thing is that this, and you'll notice that this is where I will start posting, but what's here, this is all Max relevant, things that are relevant to a Max business. So I try not to put too much Max stuff on my personal page. And this is what I wanted to share with you here, right? Try to keep your personal page more on a personal level, but don't forget that you are in business from time to time. And I just wanted people to know about this, right? And I posted it there. So I would really, really recommend all of you here on this call this evening is go to the max.blog. So let me go back there again, www.blog.
You know what, as Chris is doing that, I took a couple of courses since I've been in Florida with Fraser Brooks. Anybody take any of his courses? You know, some of them are $25, you know, sometimes, and he'll have a 4-hour session, and I've been tapping a lot into the social media stuff just to see what they're up to and how do you get people to follow you, like all these questions that we have when you don't know what you're doing on social media. So got lots of feedback about, you know, when you're posting, obviously you are a business person, you are a network marketer, and you need to be very proud of it. People often, when they look at people's pages, if they don't know what you do, they're gonna wander off. Okay, people are afraid to say what they do for a living. So he said one thing that I thought really stuck out for me, anyways. He said, pick 3 things. He says if it's your family that you wanna post stuff about your family, post your business, and post something else. So you know, when you scatter and you do too many things, people get confused. And so that kind of made sense to me anyways. And he was talking on that particular training, it was Instagram. So I'm pretty sure that most platforms are pretty well the same. But that can give you some good guidelines. And then think of the things you want to talk about with these subjects that you pick. And because often people don't post because they don't know what to post. Anybody feel that way? Yeah. And so it stops you from posting. I know, because I'm like that too. So I'm like, oh, forget it. I'll just whatever, build my business, call some new prospects, whatever. And then I would avoid that. But I really have to get myself grounded on scheduling myself through the social media platform, you know, having my calendar in front of me. What do I want to say today about this key point of the 3 things that I want to talk about? What do I want to say? And then, you know what I found recently that's been helping me a lot is I got back to more reading. I used to listen to audiobooks, but now that I'm reading books, I'm finding key things in a book that I can actually talk about. And so maybe that can be helpful for you as well. But people buy you. So whatever you post that's of interest for them, they will follow you. And every once in a while you'll throw in a business, something about your business, and then they'll start asking you questions. They'll connect with you. I get this often, especially people I went to school with in the past. People privately message me going, "Whoa, what are you up to?" You know, they know that I'm in business. They know that I travel. They see me posting certain things, and so yeah. So go ahead, Chris.
So just to finish this portion here, thank you, Tammy. So what happens when you go to blog.max.com, call to action, and I really, really hope that you're going to take this seriously. Go to blog.max.com and let's tell the world about the upcoming North American, Oceania, and Latin American Web Conference. It was a mouthful for me. June 24th, 2021, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is 8 p.m. our time. And promote it within your environment, wherever you want to promote it. Okay, first of all, register. If you have not done that already, please do so. First name, last name, email. Okay, now, once you've done that, you go back here. Okay, then select whatever environment you want to promote it to. I know that most of us are Facebook people. You click on Facebook, as I stated earlier, select where you want it to go. If it's a group, if you're a timeline, if it's a page that you manage, whatever it is, select that, write a quick message and post. I really, really encourage you to take the time and to do this. Another thing that's also important, and I know there's some messages, I'll come back to that in a minute here, is if you're not connected with the Max International Facebook group that they created, I really recommend that you go there. This is where I went there earlier, okay? And they posted all the pictures of the people that are actually going to be attending the Diamond Retreat, which is absolutely phenomenal, okay? So if you're not already connected to the Facebook page with Max International, you should really be part of this. You should really connect to that. Very important. Let me just go through some of the messages here. Oh, Mary Paul, you used the paid version of Wix. Okay, cool. Maybe I can give you, you can share a few of your points there. Okay, Lutz, the internet's pretty bad. Sorry about that. Okay. Is that a paid app? Okay, I'm not sure what you mean here, Mary Paul, if you want to clarify. Does OneHub supports other calendars such as Outlook? Yes, it does, Susan. You know what? Just play with it. Just go to OneHub and just fill in the information. It's really straightforward. I didn't have a clue. I just went in there and started clicking all the different links and options. And I realized, oh, I connected to my Google account. I have a Google Drive, a Google calendar, and all of this stuff. And I decided to connect everything to it, but it's really well done. And when you book the appointment, it goes right on the calendar. It's all automatic. It's phenomenal, and it's free. If you want the paid version, of course, it gives you a bit more functionality, and you don't see some of the branding. Bill, you mentioned June 10th. Not sure if I missed on something.
This Thursday, Chris.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So did I say June 8 or something? Did I make a mistake on when? Oh, okay, I got you. So June 10th. I don't know why I'm stuck with June 8. You're right. It is June 10th, the upcoming presentation. Now, Maripol, I don't know about the details. I'm assuming you're talking about OneHub if it's schedule conflicts. I don't think so. I think it's just going to put over another one because I saw the calendar earlier and it was two appointments there. So you're just going to book it over it. It's you that decides which date and which time you don't want. You can decide the times that you're available or not available, and it won't put these times in there. It's really, really, really user-friendly and fantastic. It is such a powerful tool for free that I thought it was worth mentioning. Yes, Jasmine, not sure what to post. I could, yeah, totally agree. A few ideas on what we could post. Scott, when it comes to a few ideas to post, there's one thing I can suggest. I know I sound like a broken record, but just go to, YouTube and just say, what should I post? And there's going to be tons of ideas. Some people are going to sell different things that may be really cheap that for you to have access to different ideas on what to post. Okay. Tammy and I often, what we're going to do is we're going to post things that has to do with our business. We're going to post also, I started using Reels with Instagram. I don't know if you noticed a couple of days ago, I posted our training gear and from our apartment, and then I went outside and Tammy was doing her reading and her coffee in the morning before we started her training. And then I did a view of the lake in front of us, and people liked it. I got usually I get what, 2 or 3 likes, 4 likes, 5 likes, right? I got 43. Woohoo! So it worked, right? So in other words, people are curious to learn about you, what you do, and also it was a generic message where say good morning everyone, and it was a beautiful day. And sometimes you just don't know something you post that people will like, but you can search. Whenever I need something, I look for ideas. I just Google search, and it's amazing the stuff that comes up. And I'm looking at some things and ideas triggers. That's the best I can tell you. Now, when's the next medical symposium? You know what? My recommendation is just message John Winterholler.
Isn't it going to be at that event, Chris, June 24th? There's going to be a part 2.
Yeah, I know there's going to be some discussion. It talks here recognition, award, trainings, new form for field, global updates.
On the blog.
Right. So, I mean, it's on the blog. I don't think there's going to be a lot on the medical symposium. Otherwise, it would have made a big deal out of it. But I do believe that they may make an announcement there. Okay. And don't quote me on that. Jasmine here, graded to post great books. This is brilliant. I totally agree. A great book or a segment of something that moved you could actually move other people. Sometimes it could be a post of someone else that has an enormous amount of views, and you're reposting it with your own comment, may attract a lot of viewers. Again, they're just ideas. I was asking about Once Hub and Mary Paul, if it paid app story works. Yeah. I mean, it's, Wix is just basically a kind of like an interface, and Once Hub is just a link that I made available on my form. Do you know what I mean? As you saw earlier, when you saw my form, let me just go back there very quickly just to show you. And then, oops. Okay. So from there, I just, in my form, what it is, I just added this link, right? I also added a little section that encouraged people to connect with me over here, right? So hello, right? And then, it simulates me and I say hello, right? So it's an AI, and it's really sophisticated, and there's a lot of things that you see what it's doing. It's trying to encourage, to capture my attention, to initiate a conversation with me, right? If they just want to talk to me, they can book a call. But over here, what we're doing is we're going to send them an email to view our presentation video, right? And then you can always come back and book a call. But obviously, if they see a presentation video, that email goes into my back web, and I know that they received the email. I know they watched it. I know how long they watched it, and all of these things. And again, these are all the things that I've learned over the years. But it's really, really, really simple. But don't worry about the how-tos. It's all there. If you look at this site through your cell phone, you'll notice it behave a little bit differently. It's really cool, actually. Okay, so that's that. So it was announced on a Max blog. It was probably in reference to the symposium, Lucy, I would assume. Okay. Okay. And then Beth mentioned that she did not see it on the pulse. Okay, so I mean, what we're going to do is, I mean, the moment we know, trust me, guys, you will know. If I know there's a symposium, I will promote it for sure. Not a problem there. But I would really recommend, as we end this call here, everybody go to the blog.max.com. If your name is not registered in email, I really recommend that you register, so you get notified the next time Max sends an email. And then from there, just register that you're going to be attending the event. So Max have an idea of the amount of people in Canada, United States, and whoever wants to attend around the world that is interested in seeing this, just register and then post it within your social environment, right? And feel free to post it in different groups. Post it again on a Max Global Diamond, but it's not coming from me this time. It's coming from you. Okay. So that would be really, really awesome. Now, Janet, I'd love for you. I know you created a really nice website with Wix. Are you comfortable sharing? You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, sure. Can you see?
Do you want me to give you control and you can share your website, or
Yeah.
you can give me your link?
Yeah, you can, well, you can actually go on it.
Okay.
So I purchased my domain, which is just janetmoriema.com.
Spell your name for me.
Janet,
Uh-huh.
MORIYAMA.com.
Okay. Oh, I didn't type it well. Here, let me just share. Let me put you as a co-host. 1 second. Okay, I'll stop sharing. Okay, you go ahead and share your screen.
Okay, 1 second. Do I press, oh yeah, I press share screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just,
I thought your site was really cool.
yeah. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, let me just move this black bar out of the way. So I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't YouTube anything. I just kind of went on Wix and initially, and it's free. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, it's good. Go ahead.
Okay, good. And like there, I just remember there is a left and a right side. So the right side was a template that I had to choose and configure, which I started to get really frustrated because I would click on things and things wouldn't appear where I wanted them to appear. So then I worked on that for about a half hour and I thought, well, this is kind of silly. So then on the left side, they have templates that are chosen for you and different genres of templates. So naturally, I just went to health and wellness and I found this template. So basically I just filled in my pictures. I mean, and I just added my comments. And I mean, it gives you the options to add your links. So, you know, people can just click on and see
Yeah.
what they're looking for. And then I talked about Lyme and then like before and my new life and the business here. And then my purpose and my why. I mean, I need to fine tune it and I need to launch it. I haven't done that. And then here's the, you know, diseases associated with low glutathione. So, and then I put the road, it has options where you can add your videos. So I just went to YouTube and added that. And the nice thing about this is, you know, like when you send a link, you get all those other videos. In this case, you just get that video.
Yeah, this is awesome. And this is, I just wanted, you know, for people to see what you've done. And again, you just kind of explained that you have absolutely no experience and here you are, right? And you're not even paying for it. So this is the reason why I wanted you to share with this. So this is awesome. Is there anything else you want to share before we switch over? Because I know we're getting close to the.
Well, this is the, you know, the ribosine.
Yeah.
Symposium. So I added that for medical professionals here.
Right.
And then I just talked about the business and contact me. So I got up I started it at 9 in the morning on a Sunday. And I said, I'm going to do this until I finish it because I don't like starting something and not finishing something. So it was on a Sunday from 9 a.m. and I finished at 1 in the morning.
Fantastic, Janet. This is really awesome. Thanks for sharing. Marie-Paul, I know, did you create something?
I'm not done yet.
Are you brave enough to show what you've created?
Let me check if it's.
Don't worry, don't worry. I kind of put you on the spot here.
Presentable yet, but, give me a second. I'm gonna check it out first.
Because it's actually 9:05, so I kind of asked a little late, but
Yeah.
if you can show it within a few minutes, it'll be great. Otherwise,
Give me
we'll.
a second.
I started something, but
Yeah. So you see, folks, and the thing is, you don't need to be a guru to understand how to do this business, and I mean how to do these website. It is not complicated.
If you want to give me access,
Yeah, go ahead.
if you want to.
Yeah. I'll put you as a co-host so you can go and share your screen and go ahead.
Okay. Well, share screen.
There's a blue, green button at the bottom that says share.
Okay, how do I? Oh, hang on a second. I gotta go. Where's my?
Okay, if you feel that things are a little bit, you
I
gotta
just
figure
need
things
to-
out, we can keep that for later.
I just need to get this R window out of the picture so I can type. Okay, here we go. I'm not happy with the way it is, so I need to work it out. You know, like,
Right now, I see a white page. Is that what you're?
oh no, hang on a second, I gotta change that.
You got to share the screen that you want to.
Yeah,
You want
yeah,
us to
yeah,
see?
yeah. Desktop. Okay, here it is.
There you are. Okay, so just kind of scroll up and down so we can see it.
Yeah, like I need to format it better and change things, and you know, I
Cool.
find it's too long. But it's a landing page, so it's a work in progress, and it's not. I haven't published it anywhere yet. So
Right. Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing, Marie-Paul. This is really, really awesome. I just wanted people to see an examples of what others have done. So if you want to go ahead and release the screen.
yeah, stop share. Like I said, it's I'm not happy with it, so I need to rework it and do some other things and
Yeah.
go to YouTube.
Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, one thing I can share with you that's very important, and we'll finish on that. I think really important here is for people, like when you create something, you don't want to. I mean, the wording, it really depends. For example, if you land on a cell phone, the way it's designed is the first thing they're going to see is first name, email. So let me go back. See, this is the active team site. Okay, so this one's a bit more heavier. There's a lot of content. But let me go back to, oh, come on there. Just get out of my face so I can see what I need to see. Okay. You drive me crazy. Okay, welcome. So from there, okay, it's coming eventually. Here we are. So when you see it on the cell phone, the very first thing, and this is what I felt was very important, the very first thing they see is this in a submit button. They see the first name, the email, and submit button. All the rest is secondary. If you happen to be on the desktop, then you see a little bit more of the content. But again, that's the very first thing they see at the top. That's the very first thing I want them to do. And other than that, then there's other things, and that's it. There's really, I don't put a lot of writing over here. Here I have something about Dr. Herb Nagasawa. I got something on from Jasmine as a dental hygienist. I put something here from Dr. Bright. And these are legitimate testimonials, right? Just little things like this, very simple, straightforward. That's your address in Florida. They can connect to social media. They can connect using those examples I was sharing with you earlier. So, I mean, at the end of the day here is I'm not trying to make your life complicated until you need to learn all this stuff. Some of you are already doing it, as we've just shared right now. And the fact is, if you're doing it, then why not collaborate and exchange? And I'm telling you, as Tammy and I start evolving in our YouTube ad campaign, tomorrow we're going to do our first recording. Hopefully we'll be happy with the results. And then we'll start promoting. And honestly, it's a lot of fun. And because we're trying to pull a whole new kind of environment of new people, right? Until we can actually go and speak to people. In Canada, it's super tough.
Net rather than to connect with people individually. We're literally throwing out a net to see who's yeah.
That's what's going on. And there's a lot of great information that's out there. And there's some people doing extremely well with this. If they're doing it, we can do it. And that's the way we look at it. And this is what it is. But don't wait for us to evolve with us. As you can see, Janet shared an example, Mary Paul shared an example, I've shared you another example. And these are all things that we've learned just by watching and trying. and if you have any questions, I know that Jean-Patrick, you do have some questions. Feel free to reach out to me. Scott has my information. I'll tell you what I know. I'm not a pro. I'm a 2-year below baby boomers, so I'm right up there with the retired generation. We're getting to be retired. And so I grew up in the 80s building this business. So I'm evolving, but I've discovered a lot of things, and I love watching the young doing what they do. As a matter of fact, my daughter doesn't know, and she's probably never going to see that presentation anyway, but she's making tons of money in social media for years since she was 15 years old. So my wife and I are going to gang up on her, and we're going to figure out what she does while she comes in visiting us for a week. So, well, I haven't seen my daughter in about almost a year because of this mess of COVID. So I look forward to see her.
I'll do some Instagrams with her.
Oh yeah. But anyway, so that's it for tonight. And I hope that what we shared was a little bit scattered, but the point here, folks, is it's not hard. It's not complicated. And take this seriously. Take this call to action, folks. Go to the blog.max.com and share, click the share button, register first, click the share button, and let the world know about this event that is coming up. We got to let the North Americans know about what's going on. I'm telling you, Max, according to John, and I spoke to Larry, and it looks like this new video they created for the opportunity is supposed to be amazing. I hope so. I know Larry, when he creates something, it's good stuff. So I think it's coming together, and we're working closely with Max to have an easy sign up process online. So folks, all of these things will eventually be released. And when it's released, you want to be ready. And now is the time to prepare to be ready, because when the rain arrives, you want to have your grounds all prepared to receive, if you know what I mean. Okay, everybody, have yourself a wonderful evening, and we'll talk to you soon.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for the training.
No worries. Good night, everybody.